Hello, and welcome to this episode of Spotlight with Sandhya. Immunity is what everybody wants to get today, and there are lots of theories and therapies floating around. And if one were to try practicing all of those, there wouldn't be time to do anything else during the day. To get an expert opinion on how we can get immunity for both body and mind, I've called in a doctor who treats royalty, CEOs, and the armed army too. Our guest today is Dr. Isaac Mathai, the Chairman, Managing and Medical Director of Soukya International Holistic Health Center. This award-winning center treats people from 100 different countries. Soukya and its sister hospital, Sandhya, are the first Irish hospitals accredited by the NABH. Hello, Dr. Mathai, and welcome to the program.
Namaste, Sandhya. It's wonderful to meet with you and to part of your program.
I'm really glad that you could make time to join us. Namaste. Doc, you're a consultant in several health centers in Europe and USA. You also helped set up an Irish center in London at the St. Charles Hospital. And of course, you have countless patients here in India. So tell me, now that it's obvious that more and more people are turning to natural therapies all over the world, could we look forward to a non-allopathic cure for COVID-19?
Yes, I won't use the word cure. That is a very controversial as well as inappropriate word. I would say treatment. So both sides, COVID cases or any viral condition or any condition, immune system is very important, whether a cancer to simple sneezing. So immune system is very important, not because of COVID, otherwise in our day-to-day life. Second is, even from March, when this COVID was starting in Europe, I was in London, I have handed over to more than 100 families in UK, when those who consulted me in that time, the immune boosting medicine, arsenical, and another medicine which we use commonly. This combination was given to hundreds of families, and none of them as of now is positive or they never had any issues with the COVID. But some of them got a mild symptoms because of they started my medicine after they got the COVID virus into the system. We studied that. Back in India, we are distributed for 35,000 people, those who paid and took it from us from all over India, including one or two companies. They are given for 25,000 members. Then March, April, May, June months. And last week, we are given to 50,000 people in Koramangala slum and 50,000 of the police personnel from the Karnataka Reserve Police Group. So we are talking about more than 2 lakhs people were given this medicine, and we are asking them again and again, different parts of India and abroad, US also given, that anyone who took the medicine has any symptoms. Fortunately, none of them. But this is not a specific medicine for COVID. It is a medicine for boosting your immune system. So that way, it is there for this purpose.
Okay, so a person like me who normally hasn't been taking Ayurvedic or homeopathic medicines, and I take, the regular stuff off the counter from the chemist. Can somebody like me also now benefit by taking this?
Absolutely. Not only you, that a lot of patients I know, they are taking allopathic medication for either blood pressure or sugar or any other conditions. Along with that, you can take homeopathic or Ayurvedic medicine. So that's perfectly fine. And moreover, at the moment, for positive cases from US to India, at the moment I'm treating at least 100 people with the positive cases were with homeopathic medicines and other immune boosting methodology. When they are positive, have symptoms also be treated unless the person gets into a very bad stage or somebody is in that ICU stage. Yesterday, a very famous allopathy doctor, cardiologist, wife is in ICU. They are asking me to give medicine. That is a little too late. Still, I given the medicine. But in Delhi, there are hospital owners. India is one of the top hospitals like Medanta's medical doctors who have given medicine. Ordinary people, Supreme Court judges, we have treated a hell of a lot of people. And they all have positive result. I am not saying I have a new cure or new medicine. This is all simple medicines used for any viral condition or any flu-like symptoms that will work like magic and that have positive effect.
Doc, I drink warm water with turmeric in the morning. I feel that keeps my body in good condition. I also use aromatherapy. I light candles with the essential oils. There are a lot of things that lots of people are trying.
Yes.
I would like you to tell me what are the 5 things that people can do, which is good for their body and 5 things people can do which is good for their mind.
Day-to-day basis in our holistic philosophy, which I promote in the last 35 years, is globally also is focusing on how to keep you in a better healthy state, and also how to keep your immune system intact so that you won't occur any diseases, whether it's a simple cold to either viral condition, bacterial conditions, or a lifestyle related condition. So the practices I'm going to talk about it not about COVID alone, and people should get out of the mindset of when I have COVID, I am ready to do everything, and then after COVID is over, I will forget about all these things. No, it should be a way of life. And that Indian systems of medicine and today's modern medical research also again and again proved that how much of things like yoga, meditation. I know last 25 years, Harvard University is doing study on the positive effect on yoga, including inflammatory system. The inflammatory system, now the Western medicine, which Ayurveda was talking about 4,000 years, that inflammation is the reason for any diseases, chronic diseases. But the practice of yoga can bring down the inflammation. This is scientifically proved. So inflammation is not like only when you get a fever or a cold or major diseases, inflammation. There are subtle inflammation can produce a lot of chronic diseases that can lead into arthritis, lead into other diseases. Going back to this, we are talking about one is yoga is one of the best thing to do because that has all the aspect. And a lot of people misunderstandingly focus only on the exercise part of yoga or asanas. And a lot of people, again in the city crowd and even in Bangalore, misunderstand yoga as a type of exercise and do only exercise. No, yoga is a practice of mind, body, spirit, and you should have the breathing and the yoga asana with the unity of the mind, body, spirit. Then only you will get the benefit of yoga. Otherwise, yes, you can do yoga as an exercise. Nothing wrong with it. So I would say that 5 elements for the body is, one is yoga, which is the most important. But I will not say that only yoga is going to give every benefit. So I will say exercises. And I would say that walking, because everybody can do walking. Some people have an issue about doing exercise or a treadmill or anything like that. Just walking itself, 20 minutes of walking itself will have a dynamic effect from aging process to your neurochemicals, to your neurological system, to your digestion, to your fat accumulation, to circulation, to everything. So just do a 20 minutes or a 30 minutes walk, which I do all the time. I do yoga, meditation, walking, all those things. So you have to create time. A lot of people say excuses of no time. That is very foolish, because if you don't have that time to do the right thing for your system, what is the time for? That's a question I always ask. Yoga, exercise, walking, and also the good food, healthy food, and the herbs and other knowledge which can improve your immune system in a day-to-day basis. Not the immune system, functionality of your system from your liver to your heart to your neurocells. Because instead of taking medicine on your 80s and 90s, better start from your 40s and 50s. That's not a medicine. According to Ayurveda, food is a medicine and medicine is a food. So you make it as a part of your food. Either ashwagandha, chavanaprash, ginger, turmeric, all these things are medicinal things which is useful to improve your health and well-being. So let us focus on that to do it. That should be your day-to-day life.
Right. Okay. So just to sum up the things that are good for the body, you said do yoga, in addition to it, do any other kind of exercise that you want, do meditation, eat healthy food, and walking. Walking is the best exercise that anybody of any age can do, correct? Right.
Yes,
so what are the things that we can do to keep our mind under control? I know young people are under a lot of stress because this is not a good time for them to be alone, and they all have additional pressures of wanting to become successful. That is one thing. And what about people who are stuck at home? They are also so depressed all the time. There is an underlying fear constantly. They have no sleep. How can we control our mind? What is the therapy that you would advise that we follow?
I won't use the word control of our mind. I'll use the word transcend our mind. So meditation is one of the best tools which I am practicing and preaching and teaching people for the last 35 years. And if somebody can do a meditation for 15-20 minutes will be fantastic, which I usually do 5 times a week. Or even if you do 5 minutes, it has its own positive effect. But once you hook into it, you earlier mentioned about the success in life and all that. This all will come to you. New ideas, creativity, success, even better business ideas will come to you if you do a proper not proper. There are hundreds of different kind of meditation, but if you do some of the simple meditations on a regular basis, I won't say you have to do 7 days, even if you do 3-4 times a week in an appropriate time in a way, and once you make it as a part of your life, so many benefits will come, not only mental, in the physical level a lot, which is scientifically proved. So there is very answer of this suicide and disappointment and depression and so many things happen in people's life with a good reason or bad reason. All this can be overcome by, in my opinion, a proper mental stability, achieving by a balance of your mind and the spirit by practices like start with the meditation, and let it say along with that, and you have to think about breathing exercise. Third is the mindfulness, and fourth is connecting with nature. Fifth is your spirituality, practice of spirituality either by silence, you don't want to pray, or prayer. If you do all this combination, which I give a training for people, over those who are coming to Soukya, you will see a change within a week. You don't wait for months. Within a week. It is not to make you nirvana or something. No. It is to make you to have a better life in this planet Earth with a better productivity, better mental state, and a better enjoyment of your own life. So a lot of bliss and happiness will come to you by doing these practices. And we, India, ancient India has always taught these tools for all of people, but we Indians are least practicing this type of tools when I compare with my American or European patients on people. So we should recharge ourselves and say that let us do the good things to improve, not because of COVID again, is because of we want to have a better health and better well-being. So that will be my advice to people.
How can patients who want to reach out and take the benefit of your expertise and your panel of doctors, how can they do that?
Along with the Soukya and Sahaya, I have my village project. Last 20 years, we are running this charitable project where we are providing in the village in Hoskote for 150 villages with a population of more than 1 lakh of people, free of charge medicines and consultation and health improvement protocols and yoga in schools and villages, and women's health especially we focus a lot. And we take care of them 100% free, which we won't talk about it much outside, so that's why it's not coming out much in publicity. Anyway, that means we are talking about the poorest of the people from Hoskote village to this is go up to Kolar and other location to Sahaya, which is a model of integrative medicine, that is integration of different systems of medicine under one roof with homeopathy, Ayurveda, naturopathy, and therapeutic yoga. That is for medical condition as well as people to improve their health. That's our next model. That's a mass model. As of now, I am working on a campus near Soukya with a few acres, 5 to 10 acres to have a Sahaya, which is a campus. At the moment, is in the city as an inpatient and outpatient facility. Then you come to Soukya, which is an international global model. As a proud Indian, I always felt working in London and still seeing patients in Europe and USA that we should show the good side of India to the world, where clean, neat, upper quality facility for healthcare in India and attract them to come to India. So we are lucky, fortunate that we have more than 100 nationalities coming over. But Soukya is an upper end. But literally, when you look at my medicine and my protocol, which I use, it the same for the poorest of the poor, I give free, or the same medicine somebody paying 10,000 rupees, which is the most expensive. For a stay in Soukya can go up to 7 lakhs rupees a night if you take a 5-bedroom villa. But the treatment is the same and medicine is the same, even if you pay 2,000 rupees in the city Sahaya or free in the village, or Soukya, the same thing costs you 20,000 rupees. Medicine is the same and the oil which we make is the same, but only difference is the services. So we want to take this model of Soukya globally and Sahaya all over India and village project to other location, and there's a good model for government as well as other agencies. So we want to have all this to promote the concept of holism and practice of holism and integrative medicine. So that will benefit people in so many different dimensions. So that will make me exciting, and I'm happy that I could do it in India and show to the world that India can do this, and some of the famous people to come over to India for that.
Yes, and talking about the famous patients that you have, I think, royalty, Prince Charles and quite a few other members of the royal family come quite regularly. I think you treat them in London and they come to Soukya here in Bangalore quite often. So tell me, Doc, how is it to have Prince as your patient?
it is actually much more easier than, tell you the truth, some of the society ladies from Bangalore city is very difficult to handle them. The so-called royalties, because they don't want any extra attention, they don't want any extra support. Even I was surprised that when Prince Charles was carrying his own bag for yoga, his own assistant butler was with him, and he put the hands and he said, "No, I will carry it." And there are no tantrums, no demand, no like, "You don't you know who I am?" That type of attitude. So that is the beauty of it, and they behave like any normal people. And interestingly, for them, Soukya is one of the most natural, normal location on the planet Earth. More than the palaces, for them to be natural, normal, and be themselves. Because the situation here, it is not only about royal family. We have a lot of other famous people also. So when you make them to be a human being, that's what we do. When you're into a human being, they want to have the human experience. They want to remove their title of I am so and so, I am famous actor, I am rich man. I treat some of the richest people in the world. They come very quiet, very nice. But the problem is with some other people, they think that in all world should serve them. So one of my training in Soukya is also make them to a human being. It is a real mind, body, spirit training. We never had any problem, but it is much more easier actually to treat the most richest and famous people.
Thank you for joining us today, Dr. Mathai, and thanks for sharing very useful information. And to our viewers, I want to tell you that Dr. Mathai has kindly agreed to answer your queries if you were to leave them as comments on the video. Please do subscribe to the Raintree Media channel on YouTube, comment, like, share. This interview is also available as a podcast on Spotify if you'd like to listen again or share with your friends. Until next week, when I'm back with another interesting guest, take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.